Two of the greatest sins that's bringing many people down is lust and envy. These are the most well known because we live in such a sex-crazed society that's built upon status, money, cars, whether you make six figures or not. And it's easy for people to fall into lust and envy. Proverbs chapter 5 verse 5. Feet go down to death. Her steps take hold on hell. And another, Proverbs chapter 7 verse 27. Her house is the way to hell, going down to the chambers of death. Now this means lust. People often forget that Satan doesn't appear as this red-horned thing who's in hell. Oftentimes he'll appear as an angel of light. He'll make sin look gratifying, just like he did with Genesis with Eve. Even though God told Adam and Eve, do not eat from the tree of the forbidden knowledge of good and evil, because he warned them, he pre-warned them, do not eat it because you will surely die. God wanted them to make the right choice, but of course he gave us free will, so they had the choice to deny him too. And as I've said in the previous video, God works with our choices and brings good out of bad situations, such as Jesus Christ, he became flesh in order to pay for our sins. In Colossians chapter 3 verse 5, therefore put to death what belongs to your earthly nature, sexual immorality, impurity, lust, evil desire and greed, which is idolatry. Because of these, God's wrath is coming upon the disobedient. It is said in 2 Corinthians chapter 10 verse 5, take captive every thought and make them obedient to Christ. That means if you see a suggestive image online or on Instagram, being taken captive by a thought is clicking on that image and looking at it, lusting after it in your heart. But with God, you have the power to take captive that thought and scroll on, or limit what you look at on social media, removing anything or anyone that kindles the lust in your heart. Of course, before I found Jesus, I was trapped in envy for a time. I was always thinking, why do greedy people, why do usually the worst people in society usually get fame, fortune, and money? And someone told me the cure for envy is to list all the ways that God has blessed you throughout your life, such as health, if you have your five senses, things that other people might not have that we have that we often take for granted, such as the clean air, safety of our country, if we live in a good area, or if we have the ability to make change in our lives. More often than not, we are blessed in ways that many in the world would dream to have what we have. With gratitude, we get more back from God when we stay faithful to him, like in the book of Job, when he stayed faithful to God despite Satan putting him through the ringer, and he got everything back in the end because of his faithfulness. It says in Proverbs chapter 14 verse 30, sound heart is the life of the flesh, the rottenness of the bone. Don't ever compare yourself to others, because each of us has our own path. And although we might not have everything we want at this exact moment, if we are true followers of Christ, if we keep his word and are faithful, the Lord will provide for us in his time. We just need to learn to trust all our anxieties onto him, because he cares for us, and his yoke is easy to bear. And if you ever see people who do evil prospering, always remember in Psalm chapter 37 verses 1 to 9, do not fret because of evildoers, nor be envious of the workers of iniquity. They shall soon be cut down like the grass, and wither as the green herb. Trust in the Lord and do good. Dwell in the land and feed on his faithfulness.